Welcome, my dear viewer, my dear student. In this lesson, I'm going to take you through the process of getting the rubric levels for the marks that the students have scored. And we are going to use this column F to insert the rubric levels. Maybe before we move on, I want to tell you that the rubric levels range from exceeding expectation to below expectation, whereby exceeding expectation is denoted by EE. Then after that, the next higher level is meeting expectation, which is denoted by ME. Then approaching expectation, which is denoted by A.A. Then the last level is below expectation, which is denoted by BE. So we are going to select our cell. The cell that we are going to select is F2, this one F2, and the reference cell is gonna be cell E, where which has 95. Now we are going to enter our formula. We are going to enter our formula for generating the rubric levels in this cell F2. So first of all, we type in the equal sign, then type if then opening bracket. So if the mark in column E2, if the mark in column E2 is higher or equal to 75, then we are going to assign it exceeding expectation. So exceeding expectation. Then there the comma. But if the mark in cell E2, if the mark in cell E2 is higher or equal to 50, then we are going to assign it meeting expectation, comma. If the mark in column if the mark in cell E2 is higher or equal to 25, then we are going to assign it approaching expectation. Then let's put the comma there. Then if none of the conditions is met, if none of the conditions is met, meaning that the student has scored below 25, then we are going to assign that with below expectation. So remember the opening brackets are appearing thrice, so we have to close. So we are going to add there 3 closing brackets. So here goes the first one, there goes the second one, and then the last bracket. So there we have our formula. You can check it in this bar, formula bar. So you can see there's the equal sign. After equal sign, if, then opening brackets, then E2 representing this cell E2. We are referring to it as cell E2 because it is in column E and at row number 2. You can see is the number of the row. So we use the column and the row number. We use the column name and the row number to denote the cell, or to give the name of the cell. Then higher or equal to 75. So if the student scores above 75 marks, he or she scores 75 or above 75, then will be awarded exceeding expectation. If the student scores 50 marks and above, then the student will be awarded meeting expectation. If the student scores 25 and above, the student will be awarded approaching expectation. If none of the conditions is met, that means that the student is scoring below 25, then he or she will be awarded below expectation. Then we close with those 3 brackets. So after that we can now press enter so that the rubric level can be appear in our cell, that is our cell F2. So press enter. You can see the formula is successful. The student managed to get this level, which is exceeding expectation. So with 95 marks, the student was able to get to that level, exceeding expectation. Now we can drag the fill handle from cell F2 down to apply the formula to other cells in our column F. So we can sorry for that disruption. So we can drag this fill handle. This fill handle, it is this small square. So we can drag it down to apply the formula to the rest of the cells in our column F. And these should give us the correct rubric based on the values in column E. So let's do that. Dragging down like that. You can see the process is very successful. The formula has been applied to the rest of the cells. With 95, the student was able to score to be awarded exceeding expectation. With 60, he or she was awarded meeting expectation. With 96 is exceeding expectation. With 76, exceeding expectation. Then with the 24, below expectation. So the formula basically checks the value checks the value in cell E2 and assigns exceeding expectation if E2 or if the mark in cell E2 is 75 or higher. It assigns meeting expectation if the value or if the mark in cell E2 is 50 or higher. It assigns approaching expectation if the mark or the value in cell E2 is 25 or higher. It also assigns below expectation, that is BE, if none of the above conditions are met. So you can do the same. You can do the same for column H to get the rubrics, to get the rubric levels for the marks that the students scored in column G, that is mathematics. So the similar concept cuts across, and what determines the values is just the reference cell. So like for this column, this reference cell G2 is the one that will determine the values in our formula. Otherwise, the skeleton of the formula is just the same. The formula remains the same. You can use the same formula to apply the rubric levels for column J. So that marks the end of our lesson. My name is Tony Wanjala Mulati, and in our next lesson, I shall take you through the processes of how to arrive at these marks, because this column is pre-filled. Initially it was empty. So in our next lesson, I will take you through the whole process of getting these totals. So let me empty them first. Let me also empty this one. So empty this one. So empty this one. So they are empty. So you see, when we empty them, the values here change. They change. But the moment we get the totals here, then it will be okay. Thank you very much. Looking forward to see you in our next lesson.